African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 15th of December, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkiv direction defeated armed formations of the Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Territorial Defense Brigade, and the Border Detachment of the Border Service of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Lipsy, Volchansk, Prilipka, and Zalakhiv in the Kharkiv region. A counterattack by an enemy assault group was repelled. The Ukrainian armed forces lost over 70 servicemen, 2 vehicles, and a 122mm D-30 howitzer. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position, defeated the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 Territorial Defense Brigades, and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Kutkovka, Vyreknia, Zabrizovo, Lozovaya, Borovaya, Kovsharovka, Kupiansk, Glushkovka in the Kharkiv region, and Serebryansky Forestry. Repulsed 2 counterattacks of the armed forces of Ukraine units. The enemy lost more than 550 servicemen, an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 armored personnel carriers, 9 cars, an Iveco armored combat vehicle, and 2 Italian-made 105mm Malara guns, a 155mm Bogdana self-propelled artillery unit, a 152mm Akatsia self-propelled artillery unit, 3 122mm D-30 howitzers, and 1 105mm L-119 gun made in the UK. An ammunition depot and an Enclave electronic warfare station were destroyed. As a result of decisive actions by units of the Southern Group of Troops, the settlement of Vesely Gai of the Donetsk People's Republic was liberated. Formations of 2 mechanized, 2 airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a Territorial Defense Brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Seversk, Zvanovka, Dakhnoy, and Kurakovo of the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks of enemy assault groups were repelled. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 400 servicemen, a tank, 2 combat armored vehicles, 6 cars, a 155mm howitzer M777 made in the USA, a 122mm howitzer D-30, and a 105mm gun L-119 made in the UK. Units of the Center Group of Forces, as a result of active offensive actions, liberated the settlement of Pushkino in the Donetsk People's Republic. The manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized, motorized infantry, and ranger brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a Marine Brigade, and an assault brigade of the Ukrainian National Police were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Dzerzhinsk, Andriivka, and Shevchenko in the Donetsk People's Republic. 10 counterattacks by armed formations of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy lost over 280 servicemen, 2 tanks, 3 pickups, a 152mm Stubby howitzer, a 122mm D-30 howitzer, as well as US-made 2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, a 155mm M777 howitzer, and a 105mm M119 gun. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defense, defeated the formations of the Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Temirovka in the Zaporizhia region, Vermivka, and Zelenoy in the Donetsk People's Republic. They repelled 4 counterattacks by enemy assault groups. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 155 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, 5 cars, a 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Caesar made in France, and an 80mm multiple launch rocket system Partisan. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the mountain assault, heavy mechanized brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Novoandrivka, Malaya Tokmachka, and Novopavlovka in the Zaporizhia region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost over 70 servicemen for vehicles, a US-made 155mm M777 howitzer and a 152mm D20 gun. An ammunition depot and an electronic warfare station were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation destroyed a combat control vehicle, an MPQ-65 radar station, and 4 launchers of the Patriot anti-aircraft missile system made in the USA, and damaged the infrastructure of military airfields, concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 146 areas. Air defense systems shot down a MiG-29 aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force, 8 rockets of the US-made HIMARS multiple launch rocket system, and 116 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 650 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 37,809 unmanned aerial vehicles, 590 anti-aircraft missile systems, 19,797 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,501 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 19,644 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 29,235 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.